Hey everyone, that was quite an intro, huh? That's the game I made called Break the Rules. I did it for a 48-hour game jam, the Mini Jame Gam 16. Yeah, I think that's right. And today I wanna show you what happened during those 2 days, cause I'll be honest, it was a freaking mess. I feel like I say that every time, that's not a good sign, right? But yeah, let's start off the video. This game jam was like more than a month ago, but I was working on the other video at the time, so this one got pushed to, well, to now. Also, the time I had to work during those 2 days in reality ended up being more like 15 hours, cause, you know, I'm sort of famous, I have a pretty busy life. But let's start from the beginning. So there I was, on Friday afternoon, coming home from a long day of school. I look at my phone and it was already 5:30 PM. Great, just great. I already lost 6 hours, but that's fine. I started searching for the game jam and that's when I found out what the theme was this time around. Break the rules. And the special object was duct tape. The special object is just an object that you have to put in your game and it must have a somewhat important role. Remember that, because it will be important for later. So my mind starts bursting with ideas, and the one that I like most was basically this. The idea was that you're a student at a school and you are very rebellious, so you just want to break everything you see. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Sometimes after a long day of work, you just need to break anything you want. And in this game, you can do exactly that. So I started searching for some classroom models online, and after some time I found this free model of an entire school, full of different rooms and furniture. Nice. That will save me so much time. So let's make the player real quick. I already did this a couple of times, so it was easy to do. On Saturday morning, I finally started making the main mechanic of the game, destroying everything you touch. At first I was trying to use one of Unity's Pro Builder tools to break the furniture into small pieces using this cube, but that didn't work. So then I went to Blender and let me tell you, Blender never lets me down. It has already everything I could possibly need built right into it. And I was really surprised to find out that one of the tools that it had, called Cell Fracture, does exactly what I want in this case. I just have to import the model into Blender, set how many pieces I want it to break, and it automatically separates my model into tiny separate pieces. It's amazing. But is it perfect? Not really. Sometimes it makes these weird pieces that shouldn't be there, and I have to delete them one by one. Or I can just try breaking it again, which is sometimes easier. But still, it's a great tool. So the first model I tried it on was this school desk, and this was the result. I don't know why it has these weird colorful parts here, but I mean, it's not that noticeable, so it's fine, I'll leave it as is. Now I had to figure out how the hell would I make it so that if you touch this desk, it switches to the broken model. I started by making the original model disappear once you touch it. After that, I made the destroy desk spawn on the exact same point as the normal one, but I didn't like how it looked. I don't know if you can see it, but the destroyed model already spawns on the ground, but it's supposed to spawn each piece in the exact same place as the original one, like so. To fix this, just bear with me for a second. I made it so that before the game starts, my destroyed desks are disabled, so that when they spawn, they'll have the same shape as the other ones. I don't know if this makes any sense, but yeah, here's a comparison so you can see the difference. The only issue is that this works on the first desk, but not the following ones. So I had a brilliant idea to make each desk have their respective destroyed model, which means I had to make dozens of destroyed objects. And look, they are literally under the map. Okay, let's try this and... Oh, my game froze. And my desk didn't despawn. And I have like 20 errors. Okay, this is great! So yeah, there was probably a better way of solving this problem, but I still made it work, so who cares, am I right? Oh, and I also added a sound effect that plays when you break the desk. After that, on Sunday, one of the things I wanted to add was a background music, and I'm pretty sure this one fits the game really well. I then made the score system that'll give you 10 points anytime you break an object. Now, I don't want your rounds to be infinite, so I also made a 60-second timer, and when it reaches 0, it will show an end screen with a score and high score. So I already have a playable game, which is nice, but currently you can only break these desks, so let's make more breakable objects. I'll split these lockers in Blender using the exact same method. Perfect. So there are only a few things missing, let's do a rundown. I added more breakable objects, the teacher's desk, the smaller lockers and their variants, these desk variants with a sink for some reason, and these tiny tabletops with laptops on top. At this point, time was quickly running out, and there were 2 rooms left, so let's just close them for now. Yeah, I'll finish this part later. The last thing I wanted to add was a title screen with a ton of objects raking right in front of the camera. So I did exactly that. I set up these 3 spawn points that will spawn objects every few seconds, and when they collide with the floor, they smash into pieces. I really like how this turned out. Just a quick side note, I completely forgot about the duct tape. I mean, it was a special object, so it's kind of important. So, I don't know, let's just give this tape some googly eyes and stick it on the title screen. Yeah, and now the duct tape is done. Hopefully no one will notice. And after a couple of bug fixes, my time was almost over, so I quickly made an itch.io page and published the game there. So, with a grand total of 62 submissions, here are my results of the jam. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. My overall rank was 28, which puts me in the top half. The fun factor was really good, being the 12th rank, and my special object implementation was rank 53. So let's see some comments. Impressive mechanic for the amount of time. It's quite therapeutic destroying everything. Great, thanks man. Am I the only one who didn't find the tape on the game itself? Oh shit, he's onto me. There is a well-hidden tape somewhere. Finding it is a part of the challenge. Phew. So that was nice. Now let's improve the game a little bit, cause like I said, there was still a few things missing. Firstly, let's fix the framerate, cause my computer sounds like a freaking airplane engine. So I just added a timer to every destructible object that makes them despawn after a while. Hopefully that'll fix the issue. Also, I need to add more destructible objects. Let's see, what will I choose next? Oh yeah, you bet I'm gonna choose you. I've been waiting for this moment ever since my last game. Sorry guys, just give me a second. Awesome. Now we need to reopen these 2 rooms, so let's start with the cafeteria. These racks need to break, so let's break them. Okay, and now these tables and this glass. I think there are a couple of things missing in this room. Let's add some food. Much better. Now the only thing left is the library. Shh, lower your voice guys, good, okay. Now we need to break these bookshelves. And let's add a little bit of noise when the books fall. Remember that we are in a library, so we need a calm and quiet environment in order for students to focus on their studies. Okay, now the only thing left is adding an endless mode without a time limit. Great, my game is done, perfecto! I hope that these changes make the game feel a bit more polished and complete. So, now that I finished the game, I'm gonna finish my life. Thanks for watching!